sacrifices, and I promise you'll be emboldened to get off the sidelines and bring your power to the polls on August 14th. Communities of color, everyone benefits. Women, specifically women of color, I know we nurture everyone before ourselves, but please take care of yourself. Self-care is self-preservation, and we need you for the long haul. And gratitude, thank you all so much.
And in those 9 months, we've held events, co-sponsored events, supported the work of the amazing youth in our community, and worked with the National Women's March team to bring Power to the Polls Wisconsin to you today. We're beyond excited to be here with you. I'm overjoyed to see this room full of all of you. Thank you for coming here, for being with us, and for being a part of the movement.
Gun violence issues, and we have an opportunity to make a change in our community. So I'm asking you all to make sure that you're talking to everybody about that you're letting them know about the candidates and what their options are, because that is so important to the city and the future of our fight to combat violence, to combat sexism and racism in the city. We have to vote on August 14th. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm so happy that you're here today. Thank you for joining me.
We need that energy because there's a lot of people that don't want things like this to happen. And so I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to be a part of Women's March. I'm really, really happy to be in Wisconsin.
We are the people who are going to make these changes that we're talking about. And no one is coming to save us. We're saving ourselves. And so the people who are here in this room are the people that are here in the fight with us, the people that are going to have your backs, the people that we need to lean into as we move around and start, doing this work in different ways in our families, in our communities, in our interpersonal relationships. And it's hard, because this activism requires sacrifice. And sometimes that sacrifice is really easy, like you're sacrificing a preconceived notion. Some people sacrifice jobs, some people sacrifice families that they can't go to Thanksgiving anymore. Some people sacrifice their freedom, and some people have sacrificed their lives for us to be doing this work. And so before we go any further, I want to make sure to honor them and to make sure that I'm always grounding myself in that tradition and understanding that that's where I'm starting from and where I'm moving from, in the honor, and the respect that I need to pay to your classroom, because you aren't really about this life. And at the time, we felt very humbled and chastened, and we did go right back up to class. And later on that day, there was a protest at the city-county building, and somebody from our school named Roy figured out how to open up one of the doors, and he opened that up, and we went back into the city-county building at probably 6 o'clock at night, and we did a sit-in, and we got pulled out of there and detained. My mom had expressly told me not to go to that protest, and I sure did make it onto the news, which was how she found out.
Sí se puede, 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 sí se puede. Yes, we can, guys. Get out that vote August 14th.
That's who y'all are voting for. So I demand it, that y'all show up and vote for me. Vote for the person standing next to you. Vote for the people you don't know. And when you go out on those doors today, make sure you let those folks know why you are voting and why you are worthy of their vote, why you are worthy of their support. Because without us changing this world...
develop country for gun violence against women. We're 16 times more likely to be shot. And if you're a woman of color, you're at even higher risk. In June, I went to DC and I lobbied for the first time. I was terrified because, first of all, I didn't even know I was lobbying until the day before. And second of all, I didn't think anyone would want to listen to a 7-year-old black girl from the most segregated city in the country. I met with Representative Helmer from Washington. I figured this meeting would probably be the least productive because the Congressional District 6 in Washington is nothing like Congressional District 4 in Wisconsin. A few weeks ago, Representative Helmer wrote to me and said he would co-sponsor a bill that would pass extreme risk protection orders, which is what I was lobbying for. A small victory. But here's the thing. All congresspersons are interested in being reelected. We need to take better...
In the last 1,870 days, there have been 1,640 24 mass shootings in the USA. America the Great, right? Home of the brave, also home of the AR-15s. Children were not saved. President, wanting teachers to be armed, teachers who are overworked and underpaid, they are the ones who are paving our ways. But now they gotta hold guns? Tell me, how does that sound okay? Adding more guns will solve America's gun violence rates, just like how good guys with guns won't stop bad guys with guns. Sounds like common sense to you and me, but not to the congressman or the GOP. Disregarding our cries, coming up with these lies, gun culture becomes so Americanized. Far too much power sits in the hand of white guys who never have to experience shootings in their schools or in their own lives. The definition of school: an institution for educating the next generation. Nowhere does it say it's a place for gun recreation. Fortified walls, armed guards, metal detectors, sounds like incarceration, not education. As students, we shouldn't be scared to walk into our school administrations. Fear of going to class or turning the hallway shouldn't be an embarkation. 9/11 and we have strict airport instructions. 1,624 mass shootings and we still do nothing. Because we need more than thoughts and prayers when our people are dying. How many? It's too many before you listen. How many is too many before you support stricter gun legislation? How many is too many before gun accessories are banned that turn semi-automatic weapons into automatic weapons? Like who the hell needs an automatic weapon? How many is too many before y'all realize the gun violence happens on a daily? That the amount of time it takes to obtain a legal gun is minutes. That this issue is one we should have solved decades ago. It's time y'all realize that this is the end of not right now, because we're making it right now. Because we're tired of seeing the people we love and care for have their lives taken due to careless laws. Weapons of war, weapons of hate, weapons that kill. 1,624. Is that enough for you?
Like the power of people, because the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, because the power of people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, because the power of people won't stop. Ain't no power like the power of people, because the power of people don't stop. Thank you.
Because you came from what they consider the worst place in Milwaukee. Let them know for every trial and all the hell that you went through, you gonna make it better for somebody else coming up. So go vote, take other people with you to vote, and let this blue wave hit Wisconsin. Thank you all.
Core of why my feminism will always be a race thing. 1, white feminism to me is like flower petals. They love me when I demand justice for the gender pay gap. They hate me when I demand change for the racial justice in the gender pay gap. They love me when I spoke about gun control after Parkland. They hate me when I took over the space to mention the 5 bombings in Texas on the anniversary of Parkland. 2, they say I'm outspoken. I won't be an angry Asian woman. No, not an angry Asian woman, just an activist. So upon taking my advice as an activist, also realize that your screams could determine the life of a 14-year-old boy. My screams will not be ratchet. My horrors will not be stared down as entitlement. The many praises and hugs I receive because I benefit off of this system, reminding me that white comfort means more than the venom of bitter lies and injustices witnessed on the land of the indigenous folks and on the back of black slaves. 3, they complain that my activism always has to mention race. I can't do well in challenging situations without credit to my race. That's why I didn't want to list off these items, because Asians are supposed to be good with math. 4, my activism will always be different. Because how many servings from the melting pot did it take for you to arrive to this conversation and realize that my activism will always be a race thing?